Good afternoon. My name is Dallas Mitchell, and this is for my writing and video assignment for my Management 305 class. Today, I just wanted to talk about what ethics are to me and an ethical dilemma that I faced in my life in high school that has kind of shaped who I am today. Ethics to me, ethics have always been something my parents have always stressed to me ever since I was a little kid, and then always up in my uprising and growing up and everything. My parents kind of stressed me that your ethics are how people perceive you and how you'll go through life and how you'll live everyday life. And I've always had a big interest in always being the best person I could be, and how my parents raised me really have affected my ethics today as a 23-year-old, and how I live my everyday life and how people see me as in the community and in my private life also. Um, I can always remember as a kid my parents always saying, let me teach you what I would have done in that situation and what would I have done differently. And I always take that today as a great thing that they did as a growing up because I feel like if I didn't have my parents teaching me those things, I would be a lot differently, and my decision making would be a lot differently than it would have been if I did ever had those life lessons. Um, like I said before, ethics are big to me just because it's how people portray you, and throughout life, you always are trying to sell yourself, and if you don't have a good ethics, and people don't see you as a good person, then it's really hard to sell yourself to people in just relationship wise, friendships, or even in the business atmosphere. Business ethics. Me being 23 years old, I've started insurance. I started working for an insurance company, and I've always seen a huge, uh, hugely impacted in insurance life how ethics are portrayed around there. Because like I said in my paper, if you have good business ethics, I think that it will help you become successful in your career. And I feel like with good business ethics, people will respect you a lot more in the business atmosphere. They'll be willing to help you out and be willing to work with you a lot more. A dilemma that I went through in life that really showed my ethics and really tested my ethics and morals in life was in high school. I had a situation when I was a junior in high school where there was a bullying incident, and what had happened was there was older upperclassmen were bullying these younger freshman kids, and it turned into a situation where something violently happened, and the law enforcement was involved. Um, and so how it tested my ethics was what I had to do in that dilemma was I had to basically turn against my friends and do what was morally right and tell what actually was happening, which there was things that shouldn't have been happening that had happened. And what it did was it tested my ethics and tested how I was as a person because I could have taken my friend's side, my people I've grown up with my whole life, and decided, hey, I'm going to do what's wrong and not tell on them. But in the aspect of things, I ended up having to do that or do what was right because I felt that it was wrong what was going on, and I felt that if I didn't do the right thing, it would impact me life. It would impact me longer in life, and I feel like people would have portrayed me a lot differently than what I'm portrayed as now. And it shaped me to the day I had that happen in high school. So I feel like now with such a big thing, like a big accident like that happen in life, I feel like now today that everything I'm faced with is a lot smaller and has always been smaller up to this point. And I feel like being tested in high school really showed what kind of a character I am and how I can always handle decision making a lot betterly. Like I stated before, and I work in a company that I have to portray my business ethics every day. And telling my parents about it, they say that the business world has changed and the cultures have changed and how things are handled. You see today all these lawsuits and all these things on the news and media about something happening, higher end, upper end CEO or higher end executives. And I feel like with good business ethics, a lot of the things can be avoided. And I feel like if you practice those good things, then you wouldn't have those problems, and you wouldn't have the bad media that you see face today and all that thing. And that basically wraps up everything I want to say. And thank you.